Let's roll with the show, Lon. We really want to start with the big news of the day, and that is the Roland V1-HD price reduction, 40%. It was $995, it's now $595. Then you've got another bundle where you're including your USB streaming capture device for only $100 more for $695. So let's talk about this. Is this like a promotion, a price move? What makes something like this so dramatic and so wonderful happen?
Well, sometimes, even though I have so much experience, so many years in this industry, sometimes you just get an opportunity to buy at a great price from the factory. And in my case, I overbought. So there was a great supply chain, and they passed the savings on to me. And I felt that we should pass the savings on to you and your customers. So this is a great buying opportunity because I have the inventory, and the factory is giving me a great price on a 5-year-old product, I might add, but it's not going away. It's still one of the top selling switchers in the industry.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's a 5-year-old product is not that it's old, it's a testament. It was ahead of its time when it came out. We're going to go in depth into this product because even though it's 5 years old, a lot of people don't know about it. You know, we all know in 2020 live streaming really boomed and happened. And in 2021, we're going to make it better. But I think I want to talk about this product specifically because it fits so many needs and so many niches. You can use it for government, for education, for houses of worship. And one of the things I really love about it is I could build it into a desk. It could be portable. It could be on the road in a backpack. You know, it's so versatile. So let's jump right into the V1-HD because at $595, oh baby, what a good deal. Okay, so take it away. We've got the first slide. We're going to talk about the inputs a little bit.
So at $595, this comes as the standalone product. We support everything we sell. We service everything we sell. The product is built unbelievably well. It's all out of rolled steel. It's been probably the industry's #1 selling switcher as a 4-input switcher for the past 5 years. And it's still, the technology is still up to date and as accurate as it when it came out. And as Gary said, it basically was ahead of its time. And now it's in its time and in its prime.
Yeah, and we've got one set up right here. So just before we go a little bit, I just want to show how simple it is to use this. It's so simple that even I can use it. So I'm coming to you from one corner. We've got the screen on the other, and then we're going to show you the output as we transform from one to the other. And right now I'm doing it with a straight cut, but I could also choose to do it with a wipe. Kind of going all Star Wars-ish, or like a push wipe. So just a great, easy, simple to use product. I could go with the T-bar. I could do whatever I want. It works great. We wanted to show that off a little bit. 4 HDMI inputs. It's built rugged. One of the secret sauces that is in the V1-HD, but it's really in all your mixers, is that Roland Video Scaler. Now, there's actually an input that's labeled on your devices where it's the scaler input. So talk to me a little bit why that scaler is so important. And I know why I love it, but tell our audience why it's such an important feature that really differentiates Roland from all the others.
All other products. You know, when I came to Roland 3 years ago, I had to see it to believe it myself. Basically, they told me that they could scale any video camera or any computer input, and that their scalers were the best on the market. And you know, you hear things like that for years, but it's true. These scalers are incredibly well made. Roland really knows what they're doing. The engineers know what they're doing, and they can scale automatically any computer, older computer, newer computer, and it just works. It pops in and it works. You don't have to worry about, you know, really setting up for hours and hours of time.
Yeah, and for educators in house of worship, a lot of them still will use a DVD player as an input. And it's a great way to scale that DVD image up. Plus, a lot of schools might be using stuff from older devices as well. So if you've got an older device with an HDMI output, you put it on the scaling input, and it's just going to look so much better. Good enough to even run iMag like in a church or an event. So that's a testament to how good your scaler is. It's one thing to make it look good on a 50-inch screen. It's another thing to make it look good on a 50-foot screen.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, blowing it up is the test.
Cool. Next, we want to talk about the two HDMI outputs because they're really independent, and that's super cool. A lot of switchers have two outputs, but they're gang together. It's just for simplicity's sake, and you can set up to whatever you want. I can actually have one be my program output, and one be my preview output, or one could be my A bus, B bus, or I could even have it on a multi-view, and that's for a product for $595. That's just incredible.
And again, it's $695 for the product with the encoder. It's a Roland encoder. It's set up automatically. It's been preset, so you know everything's going to work out of the box. And you get, for $100, you're getting a $250 encoder.
And we have a slide for that encoder later, so we're going to go into it. While we're on
Great.
the V1-HD, talk to me about the audio mixing capabilities of that puppy. Because a lot of people don't think it has audio.
Yeah, it's a full 12-channel audio mixer, 4 stereo audio inputs, and each channel is equipped with delay functions. There's audio output jacks. So you have on the downloadable software, which is for free, you have total control of all of your audio.
Yeah, now let's talk about that. Each of your mixers actually has a downloadable software that gives you computer control of the mixer, correct?
Correct. All of our products come with it. You just download it onto a tablet or other, and it gives you total control of every function of the switcher you are purchasing.
Which is a lot easier than some of the drill down menus. It makes it a lot easier to operate. What I find is older guys like me, we like the buttons and the dials. These young kids, if you're going to have a volunteer in your church or your school who's a kid, they're going to love just picking up the tablet and going crazy with these devices.
So if you look at the audio, for instance, you say, well, there's not a lot of audio, but when you open up the software and add the software, you have parameters to fine tune and control every aspect of audio.
Yeah. And then the same kind of goes through for the easy to use interface with the wipes and the pans and all that. It's easy to use here from pushing buttons, but you get a lot more flexibility and creativity if you run it by the software. All right, next we want to go into the, you've got some additional hardware controls in there, like with the sync and the output and the contrast. And once again, I don't think we have to dwell on this kind of stuff. I'm just trying to show people that this is not some cheap little mixer. There's a lot of power and performance built into this, which is why it's been a best-selling product for 5 years. And at $595 standalone, $695 with the USB capture device, these things are going to fly off the shelves. In fact, right now we have none in stock. We sold out. We have a ton of stuff coming from you guys. I think we're going to be ordering every week now. It's just, this is just real exciting what you've done with this pricing. And now we want to talk about that UVC01 encoder. Now, it was originally only available as an add-on device bundled with your mixers, but now it's available on its own. Now, we've sold USB capture devices before, but I think this is really cool. What we've seen is there were high-end devices around $500, and there was a ton of, I'm going to say, cheap knockoff out of China, under $100, even as low as $50 type devices. But those devices tend to work really depending on the computer you hooked it into, and a lot, for some people it worked great, for some people it didn't. What I loved is now you're giving us that $500 hardware kind of all in it for $250 for half the price. And if you bundle it with something like the V1-HD, it's as low as $100. So talk about this encoder a little bit and why it was so important for Roland to add it to their product line.
Well, it became apparent that, you know, we needed an encoder last year, and we partnered with some of the best encoders on the market. But all of a sudden, I guess when COVID hit, somewhere around March, April, it was impossible to get any encoder.
Yeah.
So I requested that the factory manufacture an encoder for us, and they turned it around within about 90 to 120 days, which is just incredible because normally to bring a product to market, it's about 1 year. So just a testament to the incredible engineering and personnel at Roland in Japan.
Yeah, and I just want to
again, it's built
apologize.
like any other Roland
Yeah,
device.
it's built like a brick. It's real solid. It feels
Yeah.
solid. It's small and compact. I wanted to have it on the show, but like everything, Roland, we sold out of it all when we lowered our prices 2 days ago. I mean, you heard this vacuum sound. We thought we had a month's worth of inventory of this stuff. With the new pricing, it didn't even last 2 days. So it's super exciting. $250. I got to really think for this price level, you get the reliability and quality and one of the problems with those inexpensive cheap ones is they overheat. This doesn't have that problem. It can run a 2-hour show, no problem whatsoever. And once again, because it appears to your PC or Mac as a webcam, there's no drivers, there's nothing to install, so now you can bring anything. It doesn't have to be used with a Roland mixer. You can bring anything now into Zoom, OBS, vMix, Wirecast, you name it. Let's go to the next product, which had a price move a little bit earlier, but I think is a real wonder. And I think this product really helped so many people when we had to go to distancing, whether it was social distancing for a teacher, someone who had to do sales, video casts, vloggers, podcasts, corporate communications. The VR1-HD for $1,000 is kind of like the ultimate all-in-one mini portable streamer for the individual operator, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It is the AIO of the industry, all in one.
Yep.
So if you're looking at it on the left side, you have audio control. You have an audio mixer that's right there. And then on the right side, you have all your video and your effects. So you can bring in 3 cameras. You can bring in 2 cameras in one computer, 2 computers in one camera. You have such scalability. So if you have people who are first getting into video and want something that has everything that's really simple to operate with streaming built in, this is the product. And at under $1,000, it really should be about 100% higher. But again, I ordered a lot of these.
And I want to emphasize the streaming that's built into it is the USB port, plugs into a laptop or PC, and then you go and stream from there. But a lot of your devices do it. It's a great little device, and I just think at $14.99 it was a good product. At $9.99 it is a fantastic product, and I really think, once again, for that individual looking to get started in streaming, whether you're a small church, teacher, corporate video, want to do it for your business to start putting some of your stuff live, to do some live business stuff, and you want to do something that's more than just with your phone, this is a tremendous product, great quality. And I want to compliment you guys because a lot of people would have cut corners on the audio. You put the XLR jacks in there, and that's real important because if I'm going to be doing this individual podcast, I got to make sure I sound good. And if I don't sound good, people aren't going to watch it. And you guys, you know this business. You thought about that. I just thought that was a great move that kind of flew under the radar, but I think it really showed how you guys understand how people are going to be using your products.
There's a real secret to that story.
Tell it.
Roland is an audio company, period.
Yep.
That's how we started. So when we started to slide out of audio, all of the audio engineers were moved into video. So you're getting the highest quality and the best thought process of design and engineering for these, or for all the video products. And these guys are 20, 30-year veterans in the audio industry.
Yeah, and when we say audio, I mean when you go to a concert, you're going to see Roland somewhere on a piece of machinery, a keyboard, something. We're not just talking about audio like listen to audio at home. This is the audio of content creation, of high-end musicians, bands, event spaces, things like that. So when we say Roland knows audio, we're not kidding around with that. And I want to talk about a little product that I thought was really cool because it's a great little mixer, the O2. And I think it's for a lot of people just want to basically get some stuff out there. Like let's say you're a teacher and all you want to do is be able to mix a camera on you and your laptop so that you're not trying to deal with the Zoom, taking it in, taking it out where you go, or you just want to do a basic 2-camera shoot and run it yourself. This product's perfect for that. We had a lot of success with it, but now that you're bundling it with that streamer for just $5.95, the USB 3 streamer, that is an immediate 2-camera, get up and going, stream and produce your video. Another just great deal. What can I say, Lon? You guys are knocking it out of the park.
And don't forget, if you've got a larger USB switcher and you find all of a sudden, hey, I need another input, but I can't afford to go out and buy another switcher. It's $350 for 2 additional inputs that you can just take into your existing switcher.
Yeah, great call. Great call on that one. Now let's switch gears a bit. These are the products that aren't on special, but they're still priced great and they're still great products. So we want to go into the other mixers and switchers. So we're just going to run down the line. I don't want to go too long on this line because we spent a lot of time on the products that are on special, but first one is the V1-SDI. You know, it's the same product essentially as the V1-HD, but it's SDI inputs. And we have a lot of people who want SDI. Now, I know people are going to say, but how come if the one went down in price, this one didn't go down in price? Well, it's got to do with economies of scale and supply chain, right, Lon?
Supply chain and economies of scale. This is selling very, very well. It's for that church or house of worship or education where you want to run that longer distance for your cameras, and you really need the quality of an SDI line. And what it is it's economy of scale, and I can't get enough of these, quite frankly.
Yeah, I hear you. The next one we're going to talk about is the V8HD, which, you know, what I like to talk about that product is 2 V1HDs crunched together, plus a bunch of features that you took from some of your more expensive products and you brought down, like the 3 HDMI outputs for iMac, the chroma keying and transitions, and an 18-channel digital mixer. But at $19.95 with 8 inputs, there's not a product in the market that comes close to this.
No, this is an 8-input switcher that's on steroids. Again, everything is solidly and ruggedly built, and we support the products. This is a new product that came out this past year, and it has just got every feature that somebody wants in the next level up of a switcher with 8 inputs.
Yeah, it's got some automation, so if you're using different mic inputs, it'll follow the camera that's attached to that mic, so you don't even have to be there switching it. I love that feature.
And again, it's got software, so you can remotely control this and do all of the features that you can't see the buttons on. You can bring them out to a touchpad.
You know, Lon, I'm seeing this already. I think we have to have you back for a show where we're just going to go over the software for each switcher, because that's a show in and of itself.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about a product that me and you, we call this like the secret weapon little product, and we were talking about it when we were setting up the show because I wanted to put it in the show. It's such a useful product. It's a 4x4 matrix mode HDMI switcher. It's got more potential than that, but I just love the fact that I can go from any 4 to any 4, which is great for like conference rooms or when you want to throw things out to extra rooms or screens on the side. If you're a house of worship, you just want to put the lyrics on one screen or a different screen. It's just so versatile and useful. And for $19.95, it's a great product. Add in the software to control it, and you can actually use it like a mixer also. So it takes on a life of its own. So talk to me about this product also, because it's got so many scalers built into it also, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And it's just one of the most overlooked products, especially for house of worship. And it's really a shame. People get scared by that word matrix. How am I going to use this? Well, basically, this is as simple to use as a V1-HD or a V1-SDI. But when you have monitors on the side walls, again, I think you said it perfectly, Gary, you want to send lyrics out to it, or you want to send something else, a picture of something else, to your side monitors, but with your iMac, you have a picture of what's going up on the stage. And that's what a matrix mixer is. It allows you to do all of that. And for $2,000, it's an incredibly powerful tool.
And we sold a couple of these to bars that have like event spaces where they can put a band up, and they use it not just for when the band's there, but just so they can easily say, well, we'll put this game on this TV and this game on this TV. If you usually go into a bar and you ask for it, you know, the barkeep, she's climbing on the wall and hitting the remotes and stuff like that. And I just love you could do this. And a lot of the bars, like they'll have a band where someone's playing a little act, you know, when we get back to going into bars. And I can still put the game on other TVs. I can pump through the audio where it's such a problem solver. And that's what I like about this product. If you've got 4 HDMI devices and 4 HDMI screens and you want to be able to go wherever to wherever, this solves your problem.
I want to tell you, rental and staging companies is too. and they love it. It is their tool of choice.
Right. Everyone leaves with one because if worst case everything blows up, they'll patch stuff through this and make it work. Cool. Now I want to talk about the VR4HD. It's kind of the big brother. Really what it was is this product was out there and you shrunk it down to make the V1-HD, but this product at $24.95 is a more robust video mixer and switcher. What I really love about this product besides the price is I like the fact that I get those physical faders to do the audio, which, you know, I'm old school. We talked about it, kids versus old school, but I like touching buttons and moving faders.
This is that next step up above the VR1HD with HD, where you need more audio, better audio, and you need more HDMI inputs for video. And this is that next step up. And again, one of our top selling models for streaming capability, where you stream out and go right into your computer, and from your computer, you go out. It couldn't be easier. And everybody seems to be buying this switcher at this point.
Yeah, and I love that little screen because I can use it as a reference monitor, I can use it as a multi-viewer, I can use it as my menus to drill in. It's so versatile and useful, but then once again, I can take it to the next level by downloading the software on a laptop or a tablet that I'm using. But I like having that reference screen. I really do. It lets me know just what the cameras are looking at, and I don't need to bring it, you know, 4 other TVs with me when sometimes size is a constraint, or like in House of Worship, sometimes where the video person is, you're kind of in the room, you're not where you really like to be, and the bright lights of a screen and stuff, they don't like that. So by using that little monitor, you're kind of like hidden away in your little area on the side there, right?
And XLR connectors on the side as well.
Why? Because Roland is first and foremost a what? An audio company. But they do video great.
This is where we come from. 50 years.
Cool. Now we want to talk about a product that we're going to switch gears, and now we're just going to go into focus really on a product, and that is the V60HD. And we want to talk about the V60HD because it's $3,100. And Lon, next time you want to do a price move, I'd love to see this puppy at $29.99. You know I'm a big price point guy, but we're close. At $3,100 bucks, what I love about this product, it's actually a mixer switcher control surface. Now, what I mean by that is I can actually control PTZ cameras with it. Now, you brought that into several different products in your product line, but with the 60, it really hits a sweet spot where I can bundle it with PTZ optics cameras, which, by the way, we helped the PTZ optics guys get their hands on one of these, and we say, use some PTZ optics cameras, and you guys made sure everything worked great, and it works fantastic. So you get PTZ optics cameras. You'll work with other cameras too, but I know how well these work, so I want to focus on it. And you can actually do that PTZ control from within the V60HD.
Yeah, you absolutely, you've said it all, Gary. You can control it. Literally any Visca camera control with Visca protocol, I should say, should be able to be controlled. We have a list of the cameras. Of course, I don't want to give it away, but I have to say, and I'm not paid for this endorsement, PTZ Optics is an incredibly priced, well-priced product and works incredibly well with this product, with our Roland V60HD switcher, because we worked with them from the beginning. And you have the ability to package this all for us.
And we're going to get there in a future slide, but first we're going to roll a little video clip of that PTZ control functioning with the 60.
A typical setup will have one of our switches and all the cameras connected to a standard Ethernet router. You may also have a computer connected if you're going to use our remote software for camera control. Set a unique IP address for each camera by connecting a web browser directly to the camera and entering its current IP address. You can then go to the switcher and enter the unique address for each camera for up to 6 different cameras. Choose a camera number, specify the brand of camera, and then enter the address. Once all those settings are made, you can control the movement or other parameters of each camera directly from your Roland switcher.
Awesome. And we talked about PTZ optics, but Panasonic's work great. You saw Panasonic in that video. Well, we can bundle you with Panasonic cameras as well. But before we get into bundles, let's talk about this new product you guys just introduced, because, you know, sports is going to come back. And when you're watching sports, one of the things we all want with our sports is instant replay. You guys heard that request. You started on a product, and it's now available, and that is the P-20HD for sports production workflows and instant replay. Talk about that product a little bit, because we have done, we're introducing it right now, Lon.
I am so excited to have been working on this product for almost 2 years. First of all, if nothing else, it is a recorder player. So that in its base alone is it gives you the ability to record your show at $29.95. I would say this is the least expensive slow motion record and playback product on the market that does what this does. And we're not talking a lot about some of the features that will be coming because it's in the first iteration. It'll be delivering next month. But there is the ability to highlight, to edit on the fly. And if you look at this, this looks like a V60.
Yep.
This can be used with any switcher, but primarily it was, from a design standpoint, it was designed to be used with a V60 switcher as maybe like a $6,000 switcher with the record and playback.
And in fact, Ron, what we're working on, and we don't have them done yet, was we were thinking about bundles that would have the V60, the P-20HD, and 2 PTZ optics cameras for under 10 grand.
That would be incredible.
Right? And I just think that's, you know, fantastic for sports production. We'll probably throw in the USB capture streaming device too, in case you want to stream your game while you're switching it and mixing it and all that good stuff. So we do not have these bundles ready yet because, in all honesty, we weren't sure if this product would be ready to launch on the show, but we're so proud to be launching it. You can call us at 800-323-2325. We'd be happy to walk with you through any of these bundles that we can create with you. And you want to bundle it with PTZ Optics, with Bird Dog, with Panasonic, whatever you want to bundle it with, we'll work with you. You want 1 PTZ camera, you want 6, whatever you want, we'll work with you. We'll cut you a great deal. We're really excited about these bundles. You know, we sell a lot of other products that do the features in this, but not everyone wants to do it based on a computer. People want dedicated devices and devices that are small enough and portable to be moved around, and that's what you guys have really done. So before we end the show, we put this little chart together, and I wanted to bring it up full screen while I talked a lot about it, but we just took all your products and we ran them by like families, you know, the basic mixers, the switchers, the mixer switcher record with the streaming, and the V60 HD, and we kind of go into here what the features are. We said, you know, what kind of video inputs and how many, what kind of mic inputs, what kind of line inputs, critical, what kind of scalar inputs. Now remember, everyone else has a 0 there. So we're just putting it there in case you think you're going to need more scalar inputs for yourself. If you're going to go with a other competitor's product, you're not getting scaling. Streaming, some of them will stream directly through a laptop, others need the capture device. Then we have a little thing where Roland recommended use case. So as an example, V1-HD. I use my USB microphone and want to show 3 cameras and a computer screen. It's perfect. You know, the VR1-HD, a small meeting with 2 cameras and a computer. I want the switcher to automate what I do. You know, we came up with different stuff. This comparison chart will be embedded into our blog articles and stuff on the product. But I wanted to thank you because we talked about doing this for the show, and I know we had some confusion with stuff, but pulling it all together, I've never really seen your product line in this tight, neat little package before. And I think it really does a good job of helping people understand what the different products do and why you might want one or the other. Your thoughts?
So, yeah, thank you for pulling this all together. But Gary, there's a big reveal today that I don't think anybody knows about the P20, which is the slow-mo recorder and player and playback. There's annotation coming for this product at $29.95.
So I can add like meta tags like home run or touchdown, stuff like that?
All types of stuff like that. You can annotate it. You can show the hockey puck moving, you know, and annotation, to buy a annotated product, we looked on the market. I think the least expensive product is somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $12,000. So really, when you put this together with the PTZ cameras and everything you can put together, it is just really tremendously powerful with that V60 HD switcher. And I appreciate you pulling all of this together because Roland makes a very strong case for products. And again, Roland is a 50-year-old company in 2022. So, we've been in the business. We know what we're doing, and we make high-quality stuff.
Well, let's talk about it before we go. Roland, audio company, knows audio, no compromises with the audio that's built into their video mixers. Because they're building products to be on stages and in event spaces, these products are rugged. They don't feel flim-flammy. They got some solid, some half. The actual use of the T-bar, the buttons have a beautiful feel. I love that about it. The reliability is extraordinary because we've been, 5-year-old. I know people who sold the first one who are still using it. The flexibility of having the interface that you have in front of you tactile or a computer-based interface is incredible. So I love that. I think I broke the transition. I'm sorry. There we go. And then the other thing that I wanted to say that really separates your products from everyone else now is that you're priced to kill. I mean, the pricing on this stuff is Crazy Eddie insanity type stuff. And we're buying in tonnage, and we'll hope to have tonnage. And I got to tell you, for all you people out there who want these products, don't hesitate to order them. We're going to have, I know he said he's got tons of them. I'm telling you, we're going to sell more than he's got, because the simple truth is that at $595 for the V1-HD, it's in a league of its own. The VR1HD already at $995 was a great price. And now, when you start looking at the whole product line, especially our comparison chart, you may find that you need something a little bit different, a little bit better. We've got them here. We're going to have all the products you saw on the chart will be in stock, same day shipping. We'll run out when we do, but we're really trying to load up the warehouse to have them for you. Lon, thank you so much for being on the show. When I end my shows with a guest, I always like to give them the last word. So here's your last minute, 2-minute elevator pitch, whatever you want to say about the show before we sign off.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So for House of Worship, this Roland is an easy sell, an easy brand recognition, because chances are when you're walking in to a house of worship and you look at that stage, you're going to see a Roland synthesizer, a Roland piano, a Roland drum set. The people in House of Worship know who we are because they've been using our products for 15 and 20 years. When you say, hey, this is a Roland switcher and it's built with the quality and the brand recognition of the stuff that you have up on that stage, they're going to say to you, I didn't know Roland was in the switcher business, but it all connects and they know how we support the brand. That's the statement that you want to go with.
And I also want to say that educators are loving it too, because you're simple to use at a price point, and a teacher doesn't have to spend a whole lot of time learning how to use it. They just dive right in and start doing whatever they need to do. It's great that the high school has a great big auditorium with all this great switching and stuff, but maybe an elementary school just want to be able to switch a couple of cameras for their band recitals when they come back, or the play they're putting on, and their moving up ceremony. Whatever it is, wherever you are, we've got Roland products to fit your need. Lon, thank you so much for being on the show. It was great having you on the show. We are definitely going to do a follow-up show, probably, I'm thinking over the summer, on how you have your tactile control or the computer control, because it's such a big thing. And I want to say we intentionally didn't bring the screens up for that, because the show would have been twice as long cutting to the screens every time.
Absolutely.
But I really should have put at least a clip in of, one of the computer-based, controllers. So I apologize. Have a great show. Fantastic to have you on. Roland mixers, phenomenal deals, phenomenal new prices. I'm going through the spiel now. Gary, Videoguys, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. Tell your friends, share, let people know if you like this video, share it with your friends, share it with the people in your house of worship, share it with your pastor, share it with your principal, let them know what you've got out there. If you're a small corporate shop, same thing. We have live people here. If you have any questions about these products, give us a call, 800-323-2325. This is Gary from Videoguys. Lon, thanks for coming on the show. And guys, we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Videoguys live webinar. We broadcast every week, Tuesday at 3 p.m. to our Facebook and YouTube pages. Join us next week for a great show on some exciting new tech bundles.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.